many?
Sibling. 7.
7. Okay, let's recount. 7. You say 7. Okay, Amin, father, mother. Okay, 3 already. Sister 4. Ahmad 6. Fauzi. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, there is 7 family members in this information, which is we represent it by using vertex. Okay, how to represent by using vertex is by small dots, black dots. Okay, like this. This is the picture of the family. Okay, these dots will represent the father. Okay, this vertex, and then the mother, Amin himself. Next, his sister, which is Siti. Okay, then Siti is married to Ahmad. Okay, now, okay, I already said that Siti married to Ahmad, and then Siti have 2 children with Ahmad, which is Fauzi and Faiz. Okay, this is the vertex that represent the family members in this information, which is have 7 vertex that represent each family member. Now we determine what kind of relationship. Okay, that relationship will be our age. Okay, the relationship in here is the parents. Okay, who is the parent of Amin? Who is the parent of Siti? Also, who is the parent for the Fauzi and Faiz? So here is involving the directed graph, because it is the relation who is the mother to Amin, who is the mother for Fauzi, like that. Okay, like this. Okay, I will show you. Okay, father. Okay, this father is the father of Amin. Like this, the directed graph. Okay, this is we call as tree. That's why we usually heard that family tree, because each pair of vertex have only one edge only. Okay, what I mean that by each vertex have one edge is these 2 vertex only has one edge, which is going down. Okay, this is the directed graph. And then the mother is the mother of Amin. Also same goes with this with Siti. Okay, father and mother is the parents for Siti. And now we draw edge for Fauzi and Faiz. And then Siti, okay, is the parent for Fauzi. And next, Ahmad also, okay, the parent for Fauzi, which is the father. Also same goes with Faiz. Okay, this is how you draw a family tree of kind of graph. Okay, this is the example 1. Next, question 2. Okay, this is example 2, which is involving neighborhood. Okay, Maylee, Luna, Susie, Janet, and Kenny live in the same neighborhood. The distance between their houses are follow. Okay, this is the table. Okay, from this table, first, before we draw our graph, we need to determine what is the vertex, also what is the edge. Okay, can you state what is the vertex and what is the edge? Oh, okay. Okay, who just answer me now?
Nadia.
Okay, Nadia said that the vertex is the house, and the edge is the distance. Okay, that is correct. Okay, this will be our vertex. Okay, how many vertex in this question?
Five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, what is the vertex? There is 5 vertex. Okay, what is the 5?
Meili, Luna, Susie, Janet, and Kenny.
Yes, Melly, Luna, Susie, Janet, and Kenny. This will be our vertex. Vertex. Okay, there is 5 vertex. Okay, now I will draw the vertex. Okay, the first one is Melly, and then Luna, Susie, Janet, and Kenny. Okay, please remember that for this question, the answer, okay, the graph is not just only one kind of graph. What I mean that one form of graph. That it can be a various kind of graph. Macam ni bentuk saya, okay, ni bentuk graph saya. Kamu boleh buat dalam bentuk lain juga, asalkan maklumat kamu tu betul, as long as your information is correct. Okay, there is 5 vertex: Melly, Luna, Susie, Janet, and Kenny. Okay, from this table, first we draw the edge for Melly and Luna. Okay, Melly and Luna. Okay, before I draw the edge, is this directed or undirected graph?
Undirected.
Okay, I hear directed and undirected. Okay, actually this, how do you determine that is, if you see that Melly and Luna, okay, the distance between these two houses is 300 meter. If you go from Melly to Luna, is 300 meter. But how about you go from Luna house to Melly house? It's still 300 meter. So it's
Same.
dia tak kisah pun kamu nak pergi daripada Melly ke Luna ataupun Luna ke Melly, jarak dia tetap 300 meter. That's why this graph is undirected graph. Okay, like this. Okay, this is the first information from the table. Okay, 300 meter, the distance between these two houses, between Melly and Luna house. And then Luna and Susie, the distance between Luna and Susie is 220 meter, which is about here. Okay, now we draw the edge like this, and then we label the edge. Okay, this is what we call as weight graph, because this edge is represent the distance, right? And the distance has value on it. Okay, each edge has value. Okay, next is Luna and Janet. Okay, down here. Okay, this is the edge. This is the distance between Luna and Janet, which is 150 meter. And then Janet and Kenny. Now we draw the edge. Okay, like this. Okay, the distance between these two houses is 180 meter. Now from Kenny to Melly, the last one, is 125 meter. Okay, now we already fulfill all the information from the table. Okay, now we already finish draw the graph for this information. We can call this graph as network. Okay, this is network that represent this information. Do you understand how to draw this graph?
Yes. Yes.
Simple only, right? Okay, next. This is the example 3. Okay, we draw the edge together, but I don't have my pen. I only using my mouse, my computer mouse, and the line may be crooked a little. Okay, this is the information. The following table shows 4 hobby of some student. Okay, in this question, the vertex will be the hobby, which is the badminton, drawing, gardening, and singing. And the edge will be the students, the name of the student. Okay, from here, there is 4 vertex. Okay, how about the edge? How many edge in this information?
Again, teacher.
How many edge in this information that we can draw the graph? Okay, our edge is this, the name of the student. Okay,
Okay.
how many students that involved in this
Oh,
survey? That's
one.
I'm asking.
7.
7. Let's recount. 1,
Seven.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, correct. Shafiq, Ellie, Shane, David, Zukri, Sophia, and Pau Sean. So hard to pronounce the name. Okay, this will be our edge, the line that connected between the 2 vertex. Okay, first we take a look for Shafiq for our first edge. Okay, from this table we can see that the hobby for Shafiq is badminton. Also, the second hobby for Shafiq is singing. Okay, there is 2 hobby that Shafiq has, which is badminton and singing. Then we draw a line to represent Shafiq. Okay, I will label this as what can we label? S O Q. Please understand I'm using mouse right now, okay? I'm not using pen. That's why I write not pretty, very crooked. But we can try this together. Do you want to write down the question first? I can wait for you.
Already.
Oh, already write down. Okay, so fast. Wow. Good. Now we draw this together. Okay. If I'm going to pass, you can stop me anytime. Okay. Okay, this is our first edge, which is Shafiq. You can write the full name. I write letters only SQ because I'm having problem to write down the name. That's why I'm right now SQ only. Next, the second edge that we look is Ellie. Okay, Ellie. The first hobby that Ellie have is badminton. And the second hobby that Ali have is drawing. Okay, badminton and drawing. Now we draw the line here to represent Ali. Okay, now we draw. Then we label as E. Okay, this is our second edge. Now is Shen. Okay, the first hobby for Shen is badminton too, and the second one is which is singing. Okay, same as Shafiq. Am I right? Ah, yes. First is badminton and then singing. So there is a multiple edge at here for the badminton, between the badminton and singing. Now we draw another edge. Okay, this edge is represent shade. Okay, I label this as hash. Okay, this is shade. Next, the fourth edge, which is David. Okay, I will ask you, what is the hobby that David like to do? What is the hobby for David?
Badminton and gardening.
Yes, badminton and gardening. So we draw our edge here. Okay, David, right? Yes, David. We label as letter D, big D. Now, Zukri. Okay, what is the hobby for Zukri?
Badminton and gardening too.
Yes, badminton and gardening too. How to draw? Zukri. Zukri we label as Z. Okay. Done for Zukri. Next we take a look for Sophia. Okay, Sophia, what is the hobby?
Drawing and gardening.
Okay, drawing and gardening. Then we draw edge from this drawing and gardening. Okay, like this. Okay. Now then I label as S O. Okay. The last one is Pao Shan. Okay, the hobby that Pao Shan like is
Singing and gardening.
singing and gardening. Then we draw our edge from singing to gardening. Okay, then I label this as P S. Okay, like this. Okay, it's may not pretty, but you can draw it pretty. Okay, I just show you how to draw the graph. You can draw it by using a ruler. Okay, I don't have ruler, that's why it was like this. Okay, this is the graph for this question. Like I said, okay, it's just not in this form only. You can draw it in the form of square or any kind of form, like this. Okay, you can arrange the vertex in this kind of form, which is in the square form. Okay, just now, okay, this is in the triangle like of circle, triangle like of form. Okay, this is in the triangle form, but this in the square form. The same question but different form. Okay, different form of graph. Okay, I will this is will be as your task. You can try to draw graph by using this arrangement of vertex. Okay, this will be your task, one of your tasks. Okay, this is the task for today, but we're not done yet. Okay, done for the chapter 5.1.4, which is to represent information in the form of network. how to draw network based on the information. Okay, do you have any question about this chapter?
No. No, teacher.
No, right? Simple only. Okay, next we enter chapter 5.1.5, which is solve problem involving networks. Okay, what I mean by solving problem is the problem that involving HOTS question, high order thinking skill question. First, there is two example that I will show you. The first one is the medium one, and the second one is the hard one. What I mean by a hard one is the question that involving in our daily life. All of this involving in our daily life, but the level is different. Now, you already know how to draw the graph. Okay, you can apply the basic knowledge that you have learned before to solve the problem. You can see my little brother at the back. Okay, now we continue without any disturb. Okay, this is our example 1, the medium kind of question. Okay, this kind of question is always wait a minute. Okay, now we continue. I think I want to close my camera. Is it okay? Can I close my camera?
Can, teacher.
Okay, I will close my camera and you will see my presentation only. Okay. Okay, example 1. This is kind of question that usually appear in many kind of question. Like before, in our quiz before, there is a question in this form too, which is calculate the minimum toll fare, or calculate the shortest time, calculate the cheapest flight, economical flight. Okay, that's kind of question that usually appear in exam. Okay, I doesn't know what kind of what question that will be asked in the exam because I don't see the question yet. Okay, but this is the one of the example. Okay, the form that usually comes out. Okay, so the question is, the graph shows 6 places that involve toll fare. Okay, in ringgit. Okay, what's mean by toll fare is do you know what is toll fare?
Yeah.
No.
No? Maybe you say no because Sarawak don't have toll.
The one that we need to pay, right?
Yes, the one that we need to pay, each
Like
toll that we
before we
need to
go.
pay if we go from some places to some places. Like at Semenanjung,
Yeah.
there is
It's the
many
Jabatan Lanang one.
yes. Yes. At the Jabatan Lanang have toll. Before we have
yang
toll.
mana?
But right now we don't have toll anymore. Okay? Toll ni
Nia so clever.
yes, Hanania is so clever.
Well,
Yang cantik dan comel gitu. Okay. Toll is like
yeah.
kadar tol yang kamu nak bayar kalau nak pergi satu daerah kepada satu daerah. Okey? Macam saya bila saya duduk dekat Semenanjung, memang banyak tol nak kena bayar. Kalau saya nak pergi dari Perak ke KL, memang banyak tol nak kena bayar. Tapi dekat Sarawak untunglah kita tak ada tol. Tapi kalau dekat sana banyak tol nak kena bayar. Dalam RM3 sekali tol nak kena bayar. Okay, enough with the chit chat. Now we continue with this question. Okay, from this question there is from this graph we can calculate there is how many vertex? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There is 6 vertex in this graph. Okay, and this is the edge that represent the toll fare, okay, for this graph, which means that this 2 is RM2. The toll fare to go from A to B is RM2. This is how we menterjemahkan graf ini. I don't know menterjemah in BI, so that's why I'm saying in Malay only. Represent, yes. RM2 is represent the edge for this toll fare. Okay. Now the question is asking calculate the minimum toll fare that involved between the 6 places. Okay, it said that calculate the minimum toll fare. The lowest toll fare that we can determine. Okay. Also, it said that involved between the 6 places. Okay, all of these 6 places must be involved, which is the graph that we will draw is a tree graph, which is involving all of the vertex in this graph. Okay, what is a tree? A tree is which a pair of vertex only have one edge. Okay, I will show you step by step on how to solve this question. Okay, step 1. The hint is tree. What I mean by tree is the graph in a tree form. Okay. Next, if we take a look from this graph, there is 6 vertices. 6 vertices also have 8 edge. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There is 8 edge in this graph. Okay, next we calculate how many number of edge to draw tree. Okay, to draw tree graph, which is the number of edge, okay, for the tree is equal to vertices minus 1, which is 6 minus 1 equal to 5. Okay, you already learned this formula in the subtopic before, which is the subtopic for subgraph and tree. You have learned this formula in that subtopic. Okay, because of the number of edge in tree is 5, okay, 3 edges need to be removed from the original graph for us to draw the new graph, which is in the tree form. Okay, remove edge which with the greatest weight, which okay, like this, which is BC. Okay, we move BC because this is the top 3 edge that has the highest weight, okay, or the highest toll fare, which is 8, 12 and 9. Okay, which is the edge is BC, CG and DG. We remove that edge. But before we continue our calculation, we must check, is this graph is a tree? Okay, I'm asking you, is this graph is a tree?
No. Yeah.
Eh?
No. But
Yes?
but the hint says tree.
Yes, the hint said tree. The graph that we need to draw is in the tree form. Before this, you already learned what is mean by tree, right? Okay. In tree graph, all vertex must have edge. Okay, all vertex must be connected. Also, each pair of vertex only can have one edge. Okay, if you see from this graph, this new graph, G is not connected with any others vertex. Okay, from this we know that this is not a tree. Do you get it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's why we can say that this is not a tree, because vertex G is not connected to any other vertices. Also, the other reason is 3H, which is AB, AD, BD connected to only, oops, to only 3 vertices. Okay, what I mean by 3 vertices, okay, here AB, AD and BD, this triangle, right? From this, if we can see that from A, if we start from A, okay, if we start from A and we want to go to B, okay, A to B is 1 edge. Also, there is another route that we can use to go from A to B, which is A to D and then D to B. Okay, that's why this is not a tree, because there is 2 routes that can go from A to B. Okay, this route, this first route, and then the second route. That's why this is not a tree. Also, okay, from the next step is from this triangle, we need to remove one of the edge. Also, we need to connect it the edge for the G. That's why the step 2, among the weight 12 and 9, okay, because we want to connect the vertex G, so from this, between 12 and 9, we choose the smaller weight because we want to calculate the minimum. Okay, the minimum, the lowest tall fare. Okay, that's why we choose 9. Okay, we keep 9 as our edge. Also, before we already see that ABD is a graph that's connected in the form of triangle, but we need to remove one of the edge because we doesn't want to repeat the root. Okay, this is a tree. This is the tree graph, which is a pair of vertex only connected with only one edge. Okay, among weight 1, 2, 3, the greatest weight, which is 3, needs to be removed. Okay, from 1 to 3, 3 will be removed because this is the highest weight. Okay, so our graph will be like this. Okay, is this a tree?
Yes.
Okay, now we already form
No.
eh?
Yes. Yes.
Recall back what is the concept of a tree. Okay, all vertex is connected by edge. From this graph, all of this vertex is connected by the edge. There is no left out of edge. Okay, before the graph before G is not connected, but in this step 2, G is already connected. So all of this vertex is already connected. Also, the second condition is we cannot which I want to say is a pair of vertices only can have one root only. Maksud dia ada satu arah sahaja. Tak macam tadi tau. What I mean by one root, okay, apa yang saya maksudkan dengan satu arah, kan saya dah explain tadi. Kalau kita tengok dekat triangle ABD ni kan, kalau kita nak pergi daripada A ke B, arah yang pertama adalah daripada kita terus pergi kepada B, AB. Ini arah yang pertama. Dan dia juga ada arah yang kedua, di mana dia boleh melalui vertex D. Daripada A ke D, lepas tu D ke B. Ini adalah arah yang kedua. Okey, dekat sini dia ada dua arah untuk pergi daripada A ke B. Oleh itu, ini bukan tree. This is not tree because dia ada dua arah. Okey, syarat untuk tree adalah pair of vertex tu kena ada satu arah sahaja. Okey, macam tu. Okay, like this. Okay, the route that we choose to go from A to B is only this edge only. Okay, that is why we say that each vertex only connected by one. Each vertex is only connected by one edge only. Okay, dari vertex ke satu vertex kepada satu vertex cuma ada satu arah sahaja, di mana macam dalam graf ini. Okay, ini adalah tree sebab semua vertex dia dah digabungkan, bukan digabungkan, is connected with another vertex. All of the vertex already connected with another vertex. Also, it only have one root only, which is each pair have one vertex only. Okay, this is a tree. Thus, the graph obtained is a tree. So, we can calculate the minimum solver, which is 2 plus 1 plus 4 plus 9 plus 7. And the total is 23 ringgit. Okay, this is the minimum toll fare for this kind of problem. Okay, do you have any question involving this example 1?
No.
Semua faham ya? Kalau tak faham tanya. Ada orang check ke dekat Google Meet? Saya tak check pula.
Tak ada.
Tak ada. Okey. Maknanya semua orang faham. Okey, maknanya semua faham. Semua pandai-pandai belakang nah. Okay, can we go to the next example?
Cannot.
Yay. Cannot, you do by yourself lah. Okay, can you do it by yourself? Okay, this is the hard kind of question. I'm also having the hard time.
Okay. You explain.
Saya pun ada
Hey, never mind. I take back what I said.
I know you're joking. Okay?
Let teacher Hanania teach us.
Oh, nice idea. Hanania, do you want to teach us?
Never mind. Never mind. Nasha said she would love to.
Because Fasha really likes mathematics, right?
Yes. Like just now, she passed right the question. So she know already lah. She pandai already lah.
No. Hanania can.
Both of you can form a team.
Never mind. Clear je lah.
Je. Okay. Okay, we continue example 3. Okay, I give you 1 minute to read this question. Okay?
Done already.
Ui, cepatnya. Faham tak soalan ni? Do you understand?
Begitulah kira-kira.
Anyone else? Do you understand this question? Or do you still reading this question? Who's that? Nadia. Nadia don't understand. Okay, the first time, okay, I telling you the honest, okay. Secara jujurnya, first time saya tengok soalan ni, saya tengok, macam mana nak jawab ni. I'm having problem to solve this kind of question. After 1 hour, I know how to solve this problem. 1 hour for me to solve this problem. Okay? That is why I categorize this question as the hard question. Okay, so I discussed this question with you guys, how to solve this problem, so that you know how to solve this problem too. Okay, the diagram below shows the network of ion in the chemical structure. Okay, this is the chemical structure. You already learned about this structure in chemistry, right? Is it right?
Yes.
What is C? What is H? In chemistry, in science. Nadia, your voice is so how to say? Suara kamu kecil sangat, comel sangat, Nadia. Saya tak dapat dengar.
So small.
So small, very far away. Okay, C is carbon and H is hydrogen. Okay, from this structure, C is carbon and H is hydrogen. Okay, this is ion. Each vertex is ion. Okay, I'm asking you, from this graph, this is we call as graph also. How many vertex from this graph?
6.
Vertex.
14.
14, let me count. Okay, I count the outer vertex first. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
13.
11, 12. 12 vertex. There is 12 vertex in this graph, which is there is 6 carbon ion and 6 hydrogen ion. These dots, these small dots represent vertex. Okay, the line here is represent the edge. Okay, from this graph, okay, so this vertex is ion. Okay, our ion. And now the question said that given the edge in the diagram represent the sharing of a pair of electron, find the number of electron being shared between the ions in this chemical. Okay, it said that the edge, okay, this line connected these two vertex, which is connected between these two ion, is the sharing of a pair of electron. What it mean by a pair of electron? From electron from, okay, can I zoom in? Okay, more clearer now. Okay, we know that from each ion have electron. Okay, from each of these vertex it have electron. Do you know what I mean right now? Kamu faham tak apa yang saya nak katakan sekarang ni?
Faham.
Kamu tahu kan, ini adalah basic dalam chemistry. Okay, bagi setiap ion dia ada elektron. Tahu tak? Saya pun ajar sains. Okay, dalam setiap ion dia ada elektron, dia ada proton, dia ada neutron. Tapi dalam soalan ni dia kata elektron. Okay, setiap H ni adalah link bagi elektron untuk sini kepada sini ataupun sini kepada H ini. Itu maksud dia. Contohnya macam carbon 6, elektron bagi carbon 6, dia link kepada elektron bagi carbon 5. Itu maksud dia. Macam mana nak zoom keluar balik? Okay. This is the mean by the H. So there is how many H? We calculate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There is 15 H in this chemical structure. So there is 15 sharing, that the sharing of a pair of electron. And it said that find the number of electron that being shared between the ions in this chemical. So how to solve this question is the solution. Okay, this is the tips. We must know what is the H and what is the degree. Okay, we already learn about what is the degree. The degree is how many H that that, how to say, from that one vertex, how many H, how many is correct lah, how many H for that one vertex. That's why we say a degree. Like this, carbon 1, how many degree? 1, 2, 3, 4. There is 4 degree for carbon 1. Okay, that is mean degree. Okay, this is the tips. H and degree. This is the tips. then we know that each H have 2 electrons. Okay, from this A. The H in the diagram represent the sharing of a pair of electrons. This one H is the sharing of a pair of electrons. What is mean by pair? It has 2 electrons. It's connecting between 2 of electrons. So that's why we say that each H have 2 electrons. So how we calculate the number of electrons is by using this formula. Do you know what formula is this? Kamu dah tengok formula
Sum
ni?
of degree.
Yes, sum of degree. Dekat chapter mula sekali, Introduction of Network in Graph Theory, kamu dah jumpa formula ni, di mana kita panggil sebagai sum of degree. This is the formula of sum of degree. Jadi cara pengiraan dia, kita kena kira, okay, we must calculate the number of H first. Okay, I already calculate the number of H for this chemical structure, which is it has 15H. Okay, from this S at this H it have 2 electrons, so that's why we multiply by 2. Okay, number of electron equal to sum of degree. We're using the formula of sum of degree, which is 2 times the number of H, which is 2 times 15. So there is 30 electrons that being shared between the ion in this chemical structure. This is how we solve for the A question. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yes.
You must know what is the vertex, what is the edge, and what is the meaning by the question that asking you. Okay, if you know what is the vertex and the edge, okay, you know how to calculate later on. Okay, like this kind of question, I'm having the hard time to understand the edge. Okay, what is the meaning by the edge, and then I must relate this question with chemistry subject. Okay, after I relate this question with chemistry subject, then I know how to solve the problem. Okay, first I having a problem, what is mean by electron in ion, then I read the chemistry, then I know what is mean by electron. Okay, for the next question, okay, which is the B question. Okay, the same chemical structure, but it asks us to find the sharing of electron is a bonding of the structure between ion. Okay, this is the H. Okay, this is the H. State the maximum number of bonding found on a C ion. A C ion, which mean each ion, one carbon ion. Okay, C is carbon. So the tips here is the degree of a carbon ion. Okay, we must find the degree of a carbon ion, which is this carbon one. Okay, from this chemical structure, each of these carbon ion have the same number of H. Okay, I will zoom in. Okay, from this carbon, each of this carbon have the same number of H. Okay, number of H that in this one vertex, in this carbon ion is 4 H. There is 4 H for each of these carbon ion. Okay, let's recalculate. Carbon 1 has 4 vertex, which is this 1, 2, 3, 4. And then carbon 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Also, same goes with carbon 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each carbon have 4 number of H. Also, we have learned what is the degree of a vertex, which is the number of H that have on that vertex. Okay, bilangan H yang ada pada suatu vertex tersebut. Ini maksud soalan bagi B ni, degree of a C ion, bonding found a C ion, di mana mewakilkan satu karbon ion saja. So the solution is not solution. So the question is, how many H on a C on a carbon? How many H is degree? Okay, so we calculate the degree of carbon ion, that which is the same with the number of H on a carbon, which is we calculate, we found out there is 4 H for each of these carbon ion. So there is 4 bonding. Okay.
No, teacher, no. I want to send the question to I forgot to write it.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say for this question? I try my best to explain.
Yes.
Okey, yang lain okey tak?
Begitulah kira-kira.
Yang lain okey tak untuk soalan ni?
Okay.
Memang susah nak faham ya soalan ni, melainkan kamu kena belajar chemistry terdahulu, basic science tu. Barulah kamu dapat jawab soalan ni. Ni adalah soalan kebat tahap susah, sebab dia dah melibatkan subjek lain dalam ni. Okey?
Okay.
Yes.
How do you get a 4?
Or how do I get this for? Okay, I explain again. Do you want me to explain in Malay or English for you to understand? Okay, mana-mana. Okay, I will explain in Malay. Maybe you can understand better in Malay. Okay? Okay, soalan ni dia tanya, state the maximum number of bonding found on a carbon ion. This big capital letter C is carbon. Okay, this is carbon. Soalan minta berapa bilangan bonding yang ada pada satu carbon ion ni. Okay, saya zoomkan graf ni. Okay, dari graf ni ada 6 karbon. Okay, ada 6 karbon. Okay, kalau kita tengok karbon C1 ni, dia ada 4 H. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sama juga macam karbon 2, dia ada 4 H. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, soalan dah kata dah, the sharing of electron is the bonding of the structure. Okay, the sharing of electron pada soalan A tadi tu mewakilkan H bagi graf ini. Okay, this line, okay, line ini adalah bonding antara ion tersebut. Okay, garisan ni yang gabung antara dua vertex ni adalah bonding bagi antara dua vertex ni. Lepas tu soalan minta berapa bonding dapat jumpa pada satu vertex ni kan, pada karbon ni berapa bonding dia. Okey, tadi kita dah tahu apa maksud bonding dia. Bonding dia adalah garisan pada karbon ni. Okey, dekat situ kamu dah dapat hint dah. Berapa kat sini? 1, 2, 3, 4. Sebab tu saya kata ada 4 bonding bagi satu karbon ni. Sebab setiap karbon ni dia ada sama nilai bonding dia. C1 ada 4, C2 pun ada 4, C3 ada 4, C4 ada 4, C5 ada 4 juga, dan terakhir sekali C6 pun ada 4 juga. Okey, cara kira dia dari C6 ni kamu kira 1, 2, 3, 4. Ada 4 yang garisan, 4 garisan yang saya cakap connect, yang mengkonekkan dia. Apa connect dalam bahasa Melayu menyambungkan. Yang menyambungkan dia kepada vertex yang lain daripada satu vertex ni. Okay, ada 4 garisan yang menyambungkan dia kepada vertex yang lain. Garisan ni lah yang kita panggil sebagai bonding untuk soalan ni. Disebabkan dia ada 4 garisan pada satu karbon ion ni, jadi kita boleh katakan degree of a carbon ion is equal to number of H on a carbon, di mana ada 4 bonding. Okey, jadi jawapan dia ada 4 bonding bagi satu karbon ion tersebut. Satu je tahu, satu karbon ion. Kamu kena baca betul-betul soalan tu. On a carbon ion. Macam itulah cara dia. Okey, boleh?
Thank you, teacher.
Okay, you're welcome. Anyone else?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, everyone else also say okay. So I assume that you understand this hard question. Okay, now we have reached the end of our lesson. Then we do this conclusion together, which is the mix and match activity. Okay, this is the statement above here. This box above here is the statement, and then you must choose from this below box to complete this statement. Okay, the first statement, and ... is a line which connected two vertices. Okay, from these choices, which is the answer for the number 1?
H.
Okay, you say H. Now we check, is it correct? Okay, it is correct. An H is a line which connected with two vertices. Okay, question number 2. The blank space is the number of H which connects two vertices. Number of H. Okay, what is it? What is the answer? Does anyone know the answer?
Degree.
Yes, degree. Okay, correct. The degree is the number of H which connects two vertices. Okay, number 3. A graph without a ... and without multiple H is known as what? Number 3. Who wants to answer?
Loop
Without a loop
and simple.
and simple graph.
Okay. We check a graph without a Loop. Okay, correct. And without multiple edge is known as a simple graph. Okay, correct. Good. Now you have know the basic knowledge of the network in graph theory. Next, edge of the blank space are associated with direction. What type of graph that have direction? What is the answer?
Directed graph.
Directed graph.
Yes, correct. Directed graph. Each edge of a directed graph are associated with direction. Okay, number 5. Edge of the blank 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 are associated with value of information. Okay, what is the answer?
Weighted graph.
Weighted graph. Yes, correct. Weight graph. Edge of a weight graph are associated with value or information. Okay, number 6. A dot 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 is a part of a graph or the whole graph withdrawn. Part of graph. Okay, this is the hint. The keyword.
Subgraph.
Subgraph.
Yes, correct. Subgraph. It's a subgraph is a part of a graph or the whole graph withdrawn. So the last one is every pair of vertices in a tree is connected by an edge only. I repeat this many times. The 7th one. Okay. The 7th statement. I repeat this many times. Okay, this is the definition for each of the concept that have we learned in this chapter. So we already done for the conclusion. Now for the task. Okay, we already finished for chapter 5, network in graph theory. It's take us only 2 weeks to rush thing to finish this chapter 5. Okay, so for task today is the hot question. I will give you hot questions like usual. I share in Padlet or I can send in Telegram first and then I send in Padlet. Okay, answer all questions. Okay, the due dates for you to send the hot question for today task is 28 May 2021, which is this Friday. Tomorrow, right? Tomorrow before 5 p.m. Also, after this, you need to fill in the exit ticket, which is the Google form. I will give the link in Telegram. Thanks. If you have any question, please do ask me directly through Telegram. Okay. Kelas kita hari ni 1 jam 30 minit. Dah nak dekat 10. Pukul 10 30 minit. Ada 4 minit lagi. Ada apa-apa soalan sebelum kita tamatkan kelas?
No.
Okay, already 10:30. Okay, I don't want to drag I don't want to drag your time. Okay, that's all.
Okay.
That's all for our today class. If you don't have any question, I end our class. Okay, right now. So that's all. See you after holiday, and bye bye.
Okay, teacher.
Thank you, teacher.
Hi, teacher. Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome.
Thank you, class. Thank you. Welcome.